Hi and welcome to my first real video. Today I will be talking about something that is close to my heart, and that would be my idols, of course. There's something specific I want to talk about, and that would be my experience meeting the Vamps and the Tides. So, sorry, my phone just rang. So last week on Thursday, actually also on Wednesday, I got the amazing opportunity to meet two of my favorite bands, being the Tide and the Vamps. So it all started on Wednesday. So my sister was staying over with me in my house, so my student housing, because the day after we want to meet and greet, or actually I want to meet and greet to meet the fans at the radio station, and I picked her to come with me, so she would be sleeping over at my dorm, it was really early in the morning, like 7:30, and the radio station was in Brussels, in Belgium, and I study in Brussels, so that was the easiest way. So we were already here on Wednesday, and on Wednesday we found out that the Vamps and the Tide would be arriving by train. So we went to the south station of Brussels to wait for them. At the beginning we were all on our own and we were a bit scared, like what if we are only the only two fans being there? That would be ashamed and maybe we would be afraid of talking to them. But we were there pretty early, like 6:30 already, and yeah, that was really early, so there was no one there yet. But afterwards I got a text message from someone living in Lille. So the day before, so on that Wednesday, they were having a fan fest in Lille. She texted me saying they just left by train, and my sister had looked into it, and it would take about half an hour, 45 minutes for them to arrive here in Brussels. So it was really exciting. We were getting really nervous because it was sure at that moment that we would be meeting the Tide and the Vamps. So we went there and we saw some other girls. So one of them I knew from over the internet, and I went up to her and I said like, hey, are you Irene? That was the girl's name. And she said, yeah, that's me. Are you waiting for the Vamps too? And she said, yeah, we're here too. So we went up with the tracks, and there were only like 6 of us, and afterwards 2 more girls came, so we were only 8, which is that is actually not much, because most of the time there are like 30-40 people waiting for them. We waited and waited, and on a certain moment the train arrived and we were going crazy, so we split it up, and one part ran to the first part of the train and the other one to the second, and afterwards the result came that they were in the second part. So we ran over to them and I saw the Vamps and I was like, oh my god, they're actually here. And I was like, yeah, can we take a picture? But it was real quick, because Joe, the manager, said like, yeah, but keep walking, we have to go. So I couldn't take pictures, but I did say like, welcome to Belgium and hi. So, and afterwards I hear my sister and she's screamed, Chloe, the Tide are there. So she ran up to them first, and afterwards it was me. So we saw them and it's like, hi, welcome to Belgium, can we take a quick picture? And it was actually the same like with the Vamps, so it had to go really quick because they had to leave the train station. So, but I saw them, and that was the most important part of that day, 4th of November 2015. But yeah, afterwards we went back to my student housing and we went to bed. It was like midnight already when we came back, and we had to get up really early in the morning. Like I said, we will be getting up at 5 a.m. because I want to be sure that we're ready on time to go to the M&M studios. So yeah, the next morning it was really early, it was really painful, but afterwards totally worth it. So at about 7:15 a.m. we arrived at the radio station because we had to be there at like 8:30, which is really early. So yeah, we left with pre-metro, and it was an experience because we got almost hit by a car, but it's our secret. My parents cannot know that we were almost hit by a car. Okay, it's overreacting, but yeah, it was red, and I said to my sister, yeah, come on, let's cross, and we can still catch that pre-metro. And she was like, okay, but be careful. And there was a car and he was like really angry at us. You could see it on his face, but that's okay, we didn't get it ran over or something. So we arrived at the M&M studios and the other winners were already waiting there. There were only 6 of us, so that was not much. So we could get up all the way to the radio station and the Vamps were already there. So first we had to wait in a separate room, thinking in our duos about a question that we could ask to the Vamps. So we all thought about it, and then after 5 minutes or something, we were led into the place where the Vamps already was. So you had the studio, then there was like a wall out of glass, so we could see them all the time. And then there was the 6 winners sitting, so it was a unique experience. We could like watch them and listen to them all the time, and it's not, we didn't talk to them, but there was like interaction between us because we would be waving and they would be smiling. There was one moment where James, my fave from the Vamps, I was waving at him and he was like smiling back and I smiled back. That was like a unique moment for me because that was, oh my god, my fave just noticed me. If you're a fangirl, you will understand. Yeah, and that was so unique because we could hear them sing, we could hear them talk, so they did Wake Up and Somebody to You, and that was such a unique experience because they are such good singers live, like really, they are really good. What happened afterwards? So yeah, we could listen to them, we could ask our questions, and then afterwards it was time for the meet and greets. Yeah, that was just amazing. So me and my sister were up first. We got in and Connor was first, so I walked up to him and said like, hi, good morning, can I have a hug? And he said like, yeah, sure. So I hugged him, then I went over to Brad, then I went over to James, my fave. At first I had the feeling like he didn't really want to be there because he didn't hug really tight, so just only one arm, while the rest of them like Brad, Tristan and Connor were like hugging us really tight, which was really cool. Yeah, but so after James, I went over to Tristan, and oh my god, he smells good. It smells like really good. If you ever got the chance to smell Tristan Evans from the Vamps, do it, because he smells so freaking like, oh my god, he smells so good. The smell kept in my nose. No, that's not a good sentence. Smell was in my nose for like all day, and it was such a good smell. I forgot to ask which perfume or deodorant or aftershave he used, so yeah, but it was really good. So we all had our hugs, and yeah, we didn't really have a conversation because I'm quite a shy girl, so it was more like, hi, how are you? And Tristan asked it loudly, so because I didn't hear very well what the rest said, so he was like, hi, how are you? And I said, I'm really good. And I was like, ah, that's nice, he said. Yeah, that was quite unique. And after then we got our pictures, so yeah, me and my sister had to be in the same picture, but I didn't really mind because after all I chose her to come with me. And yeah, our pictures were really good. I will add them at the end of this video so that you can watch them too. Oh, that's one thing I want to say, like before the M&Gs, we could ask our questions. My question, Tristan answered it. It was quite funny. So my question was, if you could describe each other with a song of your own, which one would it be and why? And Tristan was like, Windmills for Brad, because he always goes like this. It was really funny. It was really funny. I was laughing so hard, and everybody was laughing actually. It was quite unique. This video isn't having a logical order anymore, but that's totally fine. The M&Gs, it was all done. It was like, oh my god, is it over already? But we were there for like an hour together with the Vamps, so that was unique, a unique experience. I don't think there are many people who can say that they were with the Vamps. Okay, we were separated by a wall out of glass, but I don't think there are many people who can say I was with the Vamps for one whole hour. So I'm really thankful that M&M picked me as one of their winners. Yeah, I'm really thankful for that. So M&M, if you would ever be watching this, thanks again for this opportunity, because I'm officially one of the happiest girls in the whole wide world. So yeah, afterwards from M&M we went to the Fan Fest, because after all they would be performing at 1 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. in La Madeleine. So we went there and we joined our friends in the queue. Actually, we should have gone to the back, but people didn't mind because some girl just said, yeah, you're street team, you're allowed to do that. Yeah, maybe I should explain shortly that I'm the founder of the Belgian Street Team for the Vamps. So I created it on the 24th of July 2014. So we like update on all kinds of stuff on the Vamps. So like when they meet fans, shows like the fan fests, MGs, when they are radios, where they are, when they are online and stuff like that. But anyway, they were like, yeah, you can do that because you're a street team. And I was like, really? Am I that special? Okay, I didn't really say that, but that was what I thought. So yeah, it was kind of I kind of felt bad though, because I slipped in front of other people who had been waiting for hours into the queue. So yeah, that wasn't really, I will never do it again, I promise. So we waited for a couple more hours until we got in, and the fanfest was amazing. We were on like even though we were pretty in the front of the queue, we were on the 5th row, but that was good because we could see like everything. So first up was the Tide, and the Tide are amazing. They are one of my 3 favorite bands, just like the Vamps. The other one is 5 Seconds of Summer, just in case you were wondering. And it was amazing. They sing so good. They did only 3 songs, but they are so incredibly good. Their voices are unique. Man, they are good. I would never expect that. They aren't really known yet, but they were so good. They even said that Belgium was one of their best shows, so I kind of feel honored. Yeah, so after the Tide, Joe, the manager, came up with his speech and he started speaking in French. I was okay with that, but the Vamps and Joe seem to have the image that in Belgium people only speak French, but that is not true. So for people from abroad watching these videos, Belgium has 3 official languages: French, Dutch, I speak Dutch, and German. I also speak German, as I'm also studying that, but that aside, that's not for this video. So yeah, he was talking in French, and I don't really like French. Sorry if I'm offending anyone, but it's just such a difficult language and I don't really like it. I'm really sorry. But yeah, after Joe's speech, the Vamps came up and they started singing one of the new songs, which was really good. But it was so unique. I could see them all the whole time, except for Tristan, not really good because he was more in the back and I wear glasses. But they aren't really strong enough anymore, so I couldn't really see him. But that was okay because they sing so good, the music was so good, it was so amazing. I was even more happier because I could finally hear them sing. I could see them in their element because Brad is so energetic on stage. I really don't understand where the guy keeps getting his energy from. I'm so tired if I even have to do 1 stairs. That guy was jumping around for 45 minutes and was like, where do you keep getting your energy from? It was such a unique, because they were making eye contact with the audience the whole time. Like I had one moment with Brad, he looked straight into my eyes and I was smiling and he would smile back. That was such amazing. I did notice James though. He was trying to make contact with the public, but as soon as you looked at him in the eye, he looked away. So like he was a bit afraid. But that's okay. I totally understand where that is coming from because I'm a shy person myself, and I still, even though it has been better the past year, I still have difficulties with looking people in the eyes. So I do understand where that would be coming from, if that was true. So, but anyway, it was so amazing, FanFest. I could only go to the first one. I wanted to go to the second one, but I didn't have any money left, so I couldn't buy tickets for the second one. But with our group that we met, like my new friends, so shout out to Aurélie, Anaïs, Alma, Justine, Emily, my sister Phoebe, and one of my best friends, Anushka, for being there. It was amazing with you guys. So yeah, with that group we were first chatting up a bit. eating, yeah, not really eating, but we were chatting up a bit, and we decided together to go again to the central station, but like this time with the bigger group. We were like 10 or 11, so we went there waiting for the boys. And first we were like, what if they don't go back by train but by plane? But we had heard from people who had more experience on meeting the boys, would be traveling back by train straight after the fan fest, so they would not be going back to the hotel, because it was known that they would go back to London for 2 days before going to Berlin for the last fan fest. So that was, I felt a bit guilty or ashamed at the beginning, because I was like, I just met the Vamps at M&M Studios, so I was like, what am I doing here? Aren't they going to be thinking like I'm a stalker? That wasn't really the case, but I'll get back to that, because first came up the tide. So my sister and Anaïs were going for a walk because they were really nervous, and I saw like a white shirt and a brown guitar bag, and I knew that was Austin. And I was like, hey, isn't that Austin? Oh my god, that's my sister. Oh my god, that's Anaïs. Because Austin and Drew had came in first, and they were over them, they were hugging them, and like I was like, oh my god, they're here. So we got up. I was stupid enough to leave all of my stuff, so like I only took my iPod for a selfie, so that was like my phone, my wallet was there, my keys to my room were in there, my sister's purse was there, so that was kind of stupid. But anyway, I was in a rush, I was ecstatic because the Tide were there and they were stopping for their fans. So we went up there and we're like, hi, did you enjoy Belgium? I hope it was great. And can we take a picture? So yeah, I took a picture with Austin, I took a picture with Drew, I took a picture with Levi and Nate, who came afterwards. I'll add them at the end of the video too. But it was so amazing, they were so friendly, down to earth, they took time for their fans. We were amazed by that, because my sister and I were afraid they wouldn't be doing that, because they immediately left the day before. But we were so happy when they stopped. It was like, oh my god, did they just stop for us? Now I'm coming back to my backpack story. I could have had a whole conversation with one of them if I wasn't like, damn it, I left my stuff. So I had to run all the way back to where we left our stuff to pick them up, because if someone would take my backpack, we would be screwed, because we would have no money. I would have lost my passport, I would have lost my keys, my sister would have lost her phone, because we only had our iPods on us. So I quickly ran over and took our stuff, and we were like talking, and yeah, they were really, but then they had to leave. Like their manager, the tour manager, Davey, he is so nice, he's so friendly. He looks a bit rough, but he is such a friendly guy. Yeah, he really is. But yeah, meeting the Tide was a unique experience. Like Anaïs and Anna, they were crying, and I totally understood them. They were so happy that they met them, and they were like, oh my god, thank you for this day, thank you for helping us. I was like, oh my god, you were the sweetest, but what did we do to help you? Like, it was really nice. It made me kind of happy that they were like, oh my god, they helped us. So yeah, and then we were like, are we still going to be waiting for the fans? Because they will be coming any minute too. And like, yeah, we should wait. So like, I think it were 10 minutes later, the fans came and someone was like, oh my god, there's James. But Finn came up first and he said like, no pictures. And we were like, okay, so we took a step back and we waved at them and he said, safe trip home, guys. At the Eurostar terminal, there were other fans waiting, and at the beginning they were nice, so they stayed there and they were like, okay, bye guys. So we also went to this Eurostar terminal to wave some more at them. But there's one moment, and I feel deeply ashamed for that, even though I didn't have nothing to do with that. I was happy I had seen the Vamps from close one more time, but there were fans who ran into the Eurostar terminal. And that made me completely pissed, and I was like, oh my god, why would you be doing this? They clearly said no pictures, we can't stop. We just ran into the Eurostar terminal after them, and like, I don't think Brad and Connor really mind, but James and Tristan were really annoyed, and I completely understand, because they were so tired. I had already seen it at M&M Radio, because they looked so tired. They just wanted to go home. They hadn't been home for a while, and it was like, why are you doing this? Don't you have any self-respect and respect for your idols? They said no pictures, no is no. Please have respect for that. So yeah, I was really pissed, and I was like to my friends from the street team, like, can't we do something? Like, and they said like, no, they are going to hate you. Don't do that. Don't go in there and try to get them away because they are going to hate you. And I think they were right. They were absolutely right. They would have hated me. I feel deeply ashamed in those girls' places because there were even two girls, and they went up to Joe, and they had, and you saw Joe getting mad. He was so mad, and all of a sudden everybody came out of the tunnel, left the boys alone. Why? They had called the cops, and I totally agree. I would have done the same thing. They were tired people. They wanted to go home. They were missing their families. They were going home for 2 days. That would make them so happy. So I was like, why? But on the other hand, I am happy that my crew and the street team waited outside and we behaved. But I'm so pissed and deeply ashamed for those girls, those so-called fans who ran into the terminal and afterwards were hating on the boys on Twitter. Just don't do that. But besides that, it was an amazing experience. It was an amazing day. I met the Vamps, I met the Tide, and I'm the happiest girl in the whole wide world. I really am. I'm so thankful for this day, and I still want to thank again M&M Radio for giving me this opportunity to meet the Vamps this way. And I also want to thank Tide for stopping at the South Station, and for the Vamps for being so friendly, and I just want to thank them for everything. Forget the haters and the visuals. Take my hand so yeah, this kind of was my first vlog. I hope you enjoyed my talking. I'm really sorry for my voice. I'm having a bit of a cold and my voice is disappearing, so this is not what I sound like in real life. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I was able to share my experience in a proper way. Please subscribe if you want, and I'll see you next week for a new vlog.